WrestlePro fans! I am longtime independent wrestling fan Robert. Killer Instinct was a awesome show and my first WrestlePro event for the first time since February 2020, which was titled In Our House. It was great to be back in that building in Rahway Recreation Center for the first time in 2 years. The night kicks off with Ryan Peterson and, well, really it was Dave Sturchio initially welcoming the crowd to the event. And after that, we got on with the show. Our first match was set for the Tag Team Championship, as Bear Country were scheduled to defend the Tag Team Championship against the Wolves, Davey Richards and Eddie Edwards. Unfortunately, Eddie Edwards comes out, but no Davey Richards. But then all of a sudden, Men in the Box by Alice in Chains starts playing, and out came Mr. ECW, the innovator of violence, Tommy Dreamer, as he substituted for Davey Richards to be Edwards' partner in this matchup. I don't know if there was any problems with the audio system, because the whole crowd couldn't hear the music at first, so it wasn't until Dreamer came through the curtain that the fans really cheered and started the ECW chants and all. Match was on, and eventually Bear Country, which was Bear Bronson and Bear Beefcake, defeated Eddie Edwards and Tommy Dreamer to retain the WrestlePro Tag Team Championship. And after the match ended, I think Dreamer, I forgot what he had to say, but he spoke to the fans and to the crowd. And afterwards, Dave Sturchio congratulated Bear Country on their win and said that, hey, you guys are fighting champions, aren't you? And he announced to Bear Country that at the next, when WrestlePro returns to Rahway on Saturday night, March 19th, Bear Country will be defending the WrestlePro Tag Team Championship against Robert Gibson and Ricky Morton, the Rock and Roll Express. Next was a women's action as we saw Harley Cameron make her WrestlePro debut. She went one-on-one with Scarlett Bordeaux, who of course was previously seen in Impact Wrestling and in the WWE and NXT. I gotta say, Harley Cameron, I don't know if this was her first match ever anywhere, but I don't know if the inexperience showed, but Scarlett Bordeaux did defeat Harley Cameron to win the matchup. Okay, that was okay. The third matchup we were set to see was scheduled to be Fallah Bahh challenging the dime piece Aaron Rourke for the Silver Championship. However, when Fallah Bahh's music came on, but unfortunately he did not come out. And then all of a sudden up on the screen you see Fallah Bahh keep his head go saying bah, bah, bah. And then he says forfeit, and then he says no, no, no. And then the video stopped, and then all of a sudden some familiar music started to play, and out came Mr. WrestlePro himself, KM Kevin Matthews, as he faced Aaron Rourke for the Silver Championship. And at that moment in time, let's see. At that moment in time, the match was on, and at one point I forgot something accidentally bumped into the referee. Rourke got his hands on the Silver Championship belt, and Kevin lifted him up for like a powerbomb, and Rourke hits Kevin with the championship belt, and it was right in front of the referee too. And Rourke tried to pin Kevin, but Kevin kicked out. And then eventually Rourke kicked Kevin in the groin right in front of the referee. And then the referee finally disqualifies Rourke, giving Kevin the victory. But, of course, Rourke, being that he got disqualified, he is still the Silver Champion. But after the match, Kevin grabs a hold of Rourke, gives him the ego driver, which is the power bomb into the double knees on the way down. And I think it's safe to say at that point Aaron Rourke was limp as a biscuit, and he actually rolled out to the floor, but the fans would chant one more time, and Kevin was more than happy to oblige, and he grabbed him, gave him another ego driver, and then I don't know if Rourke left the ring at that point, but Kevin took the microphone and he was thrilled to be back in to be wrestling in Rahway again, and he said that he had there's a match he's wanted for the past 20 years, and he announced that he himself, Kevin Matthews, will go one-on-one with Jay Lethal on Saturday night, March 19th, when WrestlePro returns to Rahway, New Jersey. Next matchup, we saw Flip Gordon go one-on-one with former NXT champion Killer Cross, who was known as Karrion Kross in NXT. A very good matchup by these two men. I'm surprised. I didn't know that Cross had changed his look, because he apparently, he grew his hair and like he's clean shaven now. Match was on, and let's just say Flip did another type of flipping in the match, and let's just say both Flip and Killer gave each other sights for the bird watchers during this matchup. Okay. Eventually, the end came when Gordon was down on the mat and Cross was hitting multiple elbow strikes to the back of Flip's head, and referee Stephen Dumeng stopped the match and called for the bell, declared Cross the winner. But after the match, they actually shook hands and ends after the matchup. So I guess it's safe to say, no pun intended, when I say Killer Cross picked up a supreme victory. At that point, I chose to go use the bathroom, and it's a good thing I chose to do it at that point in time, because they had gone to intermission. Oh. All right. At that point, it was time for the at that point it was time for the 30-man on-the-spot title shot Rumble. I was surprised this match didn't go on last. We had number one was CPA, number two was the Big Deal Craig Steele, number three was GKM, number four Lucas Finnegan, number five, actually, well, at that point, actually CPA managed to eliminate Finnegan, GKM, and Steele. Number five was the Messiah of Old School, Sean Donovan. I don't know if he's still using that nickname. And it got to the point where I think he threw CPA through the ropes and out of the ring. And then he started chasing him around the ring. They chased him into the crowd, and they both went behind the curtain. Number 6 was world famous CB, formerly known as Cheeseburger. Number 7, LSG. Number 8 was Nasty Leroy, who eliminated CB, and LSG then eliminated Leroy. Number 9, Matt Mcintosh, the Bad Apple. Number 10, Nikos Ricos. Number 11, Skylar Mack. Number 12, JP of the Amazing Graysons. Number 13, Max Giovanni, or MSG. Not sure if he's related to LSG or not. Number 14, Tommy Grayson of the Amazing Graysons. The Graysons eliminated Skylar Mack. Number 15, Hot Dog Starks, who came from the bleachers. And the funny thing was, he was hitting people with multiple Stone Cold Stunners. I kept referring to them as bunners, if you get the pun. Let's see. Then Starks was eliminated by Ricos, and then Ricos got eliminated. Number 16 was CAQ. CAQ Unshackled, I'm sorry. CAQ Unshackled. CAQ eliminated JP Grayson. Number 17 was Trax. TRAXX. Trax eliminated both LSG and MSG. Tommy Grayson was eliminated by Trax. Number 18 was Jack Tomlinson, who looks like Tom Holland from the Spider-Man movies. Even other people in the crowd noticed that too. Mcintosh eliminated both CAQ and Trax. Number 19, Colton Charles. Number 20, Adam Kirkland. Number 21, Justin Carino. Number 22, Low Life Louie. That was a surprise. Louie eliminated Tomlinson, but Louie then got eliminated by Carino. Number 23, Yusuf L. He's like a Viking type character. Number 24, the Dominican Destroyer Vargas. Vargas eliminated Kirkland and Charles, and then Vargas eliminated Carino. Entering at number 25 was Jerry Bishop, who didn't last long. He got eliminated by Vargas, and Vargas also eliminated Yusufer L. Or Yosef L, whatever. I'm sorry. I apologize if I pronounced it wrong. Number 26 was Bobby Wayward, or as I call him, Bobby Wayward. I wonder what happened long ago with the at a PWS show with those fans. They had that big ass sign that said Wayward. Oh my God, that took a lot of work, I'm sure. I wonder what those fans did with that sign, if they even come to WrestlePro anymore these days. But yeah, Bobby Wayward was number 26. Vargas eliminated Mcintosh. Entering at number 27 was Starman. I don't know who was under the mask this time. And Starman surprisingly got eliminated quickly by Wayward. Number 28, Xander Torres. Entering number 29 was Mario Croatian Sensation Bokra. And entering at number 30 was Brian Myers. Myers eliminated Xander Torres. CPA and Sean Donovan finally come back into the ring, and they're back in the matchup. CPA managed to eliminate Brian Myers with a little assist from the big LG, Doc Gallows, who actually came from the crowd and distracted Myers. Wayward was eliminated by Bokara. CPA was eliminated by Wayward. No, sorry. I may have messed up here, did I? I'm reading this off of PWInsider.com, by the way. CPA eliminated Brian Myers thanks to a distraction from Doc Gallows. Yeah, Wayward eliminated Bolkara. CPA eliminated Wayward, and Vargas, the Dominican Destroyer, eliminated CPA to win the match. And as a result, he gets a guaranteed title shot at any given time. And I forgot to mention before this match even got underway, current gold champion, the Iceberg, Dion Russman, or is it Russman? He said he had recovered from surge from a torn ACL, and I guess he silently sat with the commentators as the match went on. Oh. Mm. 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 Yeah. Then it was main event time as Matt Cardona went one-on-one with Dan Moff. Cardona eventually in the early going of the match, Cardona got the microphone. He offered to put up his recently won Impact Wrestling Digital Media Championship. And at one point, Moff was pointing over at the other belt that Cardona brought to the ring. Eventually, Moff and Cardona went outside on the floor. Then they went into the crowd. They had a crowd brawl. And then, to my delight, and I don't know if this has been done ever at a WrestlePro show before, but for the first time in years, at a wrestling show in Rahway, New Jersey, we had a Bleacher Brawl. I mean, they even went by me right after they came down from the bleachers, but I'm sure the fans were thrilled about that. Eventually, I think Moff, he really had things going his way. He hit Cardona with a burning hammer. Referee tried to count, but Brian Myers came out, pulled the referee out of the ring. Another referee came out, took over the refereeing duties, I believe. And at one point, Cardona accidentally hit Myers, I think, with the Impact Wrestling Digital Media Championship belt. Cardona accidentally hit Myers with it. Nah. Eventually, Cardona came in the ring and he ended up hitting Moff with brass knucks. And I forgot if it was the new referee or the first referee. Eventually made the 3 count, which gave Cardona the win. And Myers was trying to help Cardona out of the ring. But eventually, Doc Gallows comes out, grabs Myers and Cardona's by their necks, throws both of them back in the ring. And I think both Cardona and Myers each took a burning hammer. And Gallows was... I forgot, he took the microphone. I forgot what he said. He said this was the house that Moff built, and Moff also built WrestlePro. I forgot what else he was saying, but Good, very good night, even though it was only, wow, only 6 matches on this event. I guess due to the, the on the spot title shot Rumble match. Maybe that's why there weren't more matches on this show. Personal notes time was great seeing Ryan Peterson, Omar. Big thank you to Dan Moff for, that T-shirt that I ended up buying. Moff, that red and black shirt, you didn't have it in my size. I mean, hopefully if I catch you at a future show, I'll definitely be able to purchase that. Okay. All right. Okay, some notable quotes. God, I love wrestling. Guy in front of me during the tag team title matchup. Leave John Cena's son alone. Somebody behind me during the match between Flip Gordon and Killer Cross. It was great to have a 2 club in effect. I couldn't believe this. I mean, went to buy food and I couldn't believe they were charging $4 for a slice of pizza. And it said, 3 slices for $10, which wouldn't be bad because normally $4 by 3 slices would have been $12. So good thing they put that offer with the three slices for $10. I mean, I was actually thinking of eating at that pizza place right by Broadway train station when I got off. But who knows? I mean, if I would have shown up a little later if I did that, and probably wouldn't get a floor seat at this event. One thing I don't miss about being in that building in Rahway are sitting on those bleachers that are so rough on the hiney. As I mentioned earlier, WrestlePro returns to Rahway, New Jersey, Saturday night, March 19th, and already announced Bear Country defending the Tag Team Championship against the Rock and Roll Express, and Jay Lethal one-on-one with Kevin Matthews. I'm not sure what other matches they'll have, but I'm sure that as time goes on, they're going to announce more. I was surprised Rob Feinstein and Tim were not there vendoring at this event. I know, Rob is trying to, I don't know if he's gotten rid of or sold all the DVDs he had on his website, the RF Video website, because, he said everything's gone digital. People watch things on the internet rather than watch DVDs anymore. And because Tim usually has a lot of great wrestling T-shirts, and I guess I don't know if they were planning to be at the show or not, but they were not even there. It seems like the crowd really enjoyed this show too, so it was great to have a good crowd, and great to be back at the Rahway Recreation Center for WrestlePro. And hope to be back to a WrestlePro event in Rahway eventually.